The mental mind shift of things, that's really where it got me. And I think that people see this really glamorous side of like, you're lean, you're lean, you're lean, and you can hold that like amount of leanness like all the time, and it's not sustainable.
Then it becomes this vicious cycle for most people, and this is not where you've gone. I've been super proud of you, but for most people it becomes this short diet cycle of, oh my god, I gotta get that back,
right.
Okay, I can relax, oh my god, I gotta get that back, okay. And it really, like that yo-yo dieting, like research shows that is one of the worst things for long-term metabolism. What's going on, guys? Jason and Amanda here, hanging out at the IN3 Coaches Summit Fall Edition 2018, and we were just discussing the whole performance to aesthetics transition that you went through and the journey that everybody followed you on, and we were talking about some interesting things. So we're about 5 months removed from your journey, and I thought it would be really cool to update everybody because you're in a completely different place.
Absolutely.
So,
way different.
First, physically tell us, what has it been like since then? Because a lot of people are like, oh my god, she made this transformation, she must have sustained that. Let's talk purely physical. What's the transformation been like now?
So I've watched the scale go up a little bit, like definitely not as lean as I was before. I mean, it became a little bit harder to sustain that. So my calories had to go up a bit afterwards. And my body comp, like, is it bad? No. Am I still pretty lean?
Still got a six-pack.
I still have a six-pack, but it's just not as visible. Now, the mental mind shift of things, that's really where it got me. And, you know, I gotta be honest a little bit, like, it hit me pretty hard when I finished this up. Like, if you saw me post every week about, like, my body changed, because there's excitement. It's like, you're getting leaner, you're getting leaner, you're getting leaner. Then when you have to go back up, holy shit, like, wow, like the mindset shift was insane. So I kind of dropped off social media after that. Like, I don't know, people are probably like, what the fuck happened to her? Like, because I was in a dark place in my head. And I just started to get kind of real weird with food. And if anybody that knows me, I had an eating disorder in the past. And I texted you one day and I'm like, I think I'm like reverting back to some of my old tendencies, and that's when I had to like pump the brakes a bit and be like, holy fucking shit, like I'm not in a good place. And I think that people see this really glamorous side of like, you're lean, you're lean, you're lean, and you can hold that like amount of leanness like all the time, and it's not sustainable.
Well, we talked a lot about the mental approach, about what it took going in. And you're a very strong, disciplined person. Like, you have no issues eating the food or not eating the food as it may be. You have no issues doing the cardio, not doing the cardio. Like, getting to the gym, obviously, is something you love. And like you mentioned, you know, there is a background of issues with eating or eating disorders, if you will. And, you know, for you to have gone from that, undertake an aesthetic endeavor, now, we openly acknowledge, not the best idea, right? I think a lot of people that are watching this, first of all, if you have had an eating disorder, or if you have one, like, understand it will trigger previous mindsets. Like, it's just gonna happen, right? But I think that the most interesting part, as we discuss this, is that yeah, there were some difficulties going in, right? Like, you were hungry, you were tired, you were socially isolated at times, but the real difficulty that I think happened was after.
Yeah. Talk
me through like all of the mental stuff there.
So afterwards, like, I felt like my purpose was kind of done. Like, I didn't know what to do after that. And if you watch the end of like Performance to Aesthetics, we talked about maybe me doing a figure competition, and that was actually the goal. And I started on that path, and that's when I had to pump the brakes because I can't fucking do this. But you get on this path of feeling like, okay, this is my purpose, this is my purpose. It was the same thing when I was competing in CrossFit. It's like, that was my purpose. And after that, like, I felt a little lost. Like, when you're just eating and training to train, it kind of changes the game a little bit.
Well, and I think a lot of people lose that. Like, you have something to train for, which for you was like, there was an end date, right? There was a look that you were trying to achieve. You were trying to kind of really achieve the pinnacle, and all of a sudden it's like, well, I'm going into an off season where we do have goals, right? I think it would be a misnomer to say we're not trying to achieve things. But what we're trying to achieve is much less tangible, right? You're trying to recover your hormones.
Yeah.
You are working on adrenals. You're working on inflammation in your body, gut health, right? Things that you can't see, you can't touch.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you can feel a little bit, but like they're much less tangible. And so as you go through those things, like the results don't show themselves as much.
Right.
And so for you, it's like, well, what do we do every day physically? We look in the mirror, we get on the scale, we go to the gym, we feel a certain way. Well, that usually dictates our actions. Instead, right, you've had to kind of step outside of that, and just as human beings, it's very difficult. Like, we're physical creatures, it's just who we are. So, guys, I really wanted to make this video and do an update, because the truth is, we don't know where your journey is going to go right now. Right now, it's actually about finding balance, and I think there's so many of you guys out there watching this video right now that have gone through your own pursuits, whether it was extreme fat loss, like what Amanda did to like an extreme point, whether it was a bikini show or a physique show or whatever it might be. All of a sudden, you step outside that journey, that focus is gone, the ability to create compliance to something is no longer there, and you find yourself lost. And then it becomes this vicious cycle for most people, and this is not where you've gone. I've been super proud of you, but for most people it becomes this short diet cycle of, oh my god, I gotta get that back, okay, I can relax, oh my god, I gotta get that back, okay. And it really, like that yo-yo dieting, like research shows that is one of the worst things for long-term metabolism. So a lot of people that are watching this right now will identify with that. A lot of people that are watching this will identify with the fact they've pursued fat loss so many times, they don't know what they're doing, they're lost, but it always is going to come back to like the mindset a little bit of where you're at, and I know that's what we're working on with you. Right. So, guys, performance to aesthetics, the aftermath, we're here, Coaches Summit, we're gonna get back in there, but I think it's gonna be great. We're gonna do a couple more of these videos, we're gonna chronicle more of Amanda's journey, we'll kind of fill you in as to what's happening, but most importantly, if you find yourself in this position, if you feel like it's something that you resonate with or connect to, please, please, please reach out, because as you can see, yes, physically she's still in amazing shape, but mentally I think it's important that we understand, we talk connection, we don't just sweep this under the rug, because the longer you stay in that state and the longer you stay in that unbalanced, unfocused type state, the more damage you're probably doing on multiple levels. So by all means, reach out, step on in, have the conversation. We're both here for you, but most importantly, thank you for showing up and taking the time to watch this. We'll see you guys next episode.